Alright, final round. We're against Farfignugan, who I've not played against, and this hand is not keepable. This hand is very close to keepable. I dislike it because it loses to Daze and Wasteland. However, it does have Putrid, which is good in a bunch of matchups. I'm just going to keep this, I think. It's got lots of dredges, it's got good game plan. It's close to a mulligan. I've been punished for keeping things like this in the past, but... Oh god, oh dearie me, oh no. This deck again. I really don't enjoy playing against this deck. I think this deck is very strong. So, how much do we think they have Karn in hand? Can we afford to even play around them having Karn in hand? I think I'm not going to risk them having Karn in hand. I mean, it's possible they don't have Karn in hand. I don't know. I don't want to get Karned here. I don't want to get Karned here at all. So I'm just gonna rid myself of it straight away. Okay, I'm happy with that. Please don't top deck Lion's Eye Diamond. Seize my Cephalid Colosseum. Like, I did somewhat think it was unlikely they had Karn, because maybe they just turn 1 Karn, but also turn 1 and Karn's greedy there. Oh god, they chopped out the Lion's Eye Diamond. This is what I mean, it always just seems to draw into gas, and there's not much you can do. Because now we can just replay Lion's Eye Diamond and go off with an Echo, and then have an Echo post Lion's Eye Diamond. I wouldn't have done that, I'd have definitely kept the Echo. But I don't know, I don't play this deck. One card I've seen mentioned as an answer to this deck, which is a card that I don't especially like very much, but does somewhat deal with what they're trying to do, is Serenity. Because you can play Serenity, and even if they go off and do a bunch of stuff, you still just wipe their board, and they don't have any hate for our graveyard that's not artifacts. So maybe if this deck becomes a big force in the metagame, it's worth running Serenity over, say, something like Chain of Vapor. But I mean, as you saw in that previous game, having the Chain of Vapor be 1 mana was a really big deal. I generally don't like 2 mana answers to Leyline. But I mean, maybe as a one-off, Serenity is worthwhile, because I'm just going to remove this because this isn't useful. Oh, that's cute. This hand's abysmal. But I mean, this is turn 2, right? Like, this is just stupid stuff. But I've thought this deck's like tier 1 for a long time. Like, this is like a super duper strong deck. The Chalice pretty much locks us out of the game. There's nothing much we can do now. I don't know, it just has so many different things. Like, it can just cast Urzas, it can just combo off with a bunch of wheels. Like, I mean, what is this? This is the 3rd Echo of Eons in the turn? Like, this is stupid. and we get wheeled into more garbage. Echo again. 4 echoes in one turn. Okay. Okay, and we've got no hand now. You enjoy witnessing it. This is what I mean when I say that I feel like Leyline of the Void's just better against this deck than White Leyline. Because, like, none of this required them, like, they don't even need to play a Tormod script. They still have us beat here, because they just exile our graveyard with Echo of Eons. Yeah, I mean, what's he going to do? Just cast a Microsoft Lettuce? Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Needs 1 more mana, cast Microsoft Lettuce, that was out the game. This is turn 2, by the way, I just thought I'd point that out. This is why you don't print Time Twister that you can cast from the graveyard in Legacy, because you get stuff like this. Okay, there you go, there's the Lion's Eye Diamond, they cast Microsoft Lettuce, they lock us out of the game. Yeah, like, imagine if we had a Serenity here, we wouldn't have even been able to cast it before the game's over. But I think when you get wheeled so much, like, having a one-off's not terrible. Okay, I'm just going to scoop here, because this is a waste of time. Can't beat Microsoft Lettuce. Super duper scary deck. On the player, like something like this. Maybe I actually, I don't know, I sort of choose that. Maybe I want a Leyline over a Careful Study. I don't know, it's close. They just have so many cards and so many good top decks. You need to draw so many cards in the first turn. Like, is Careful Study with just a Lion's Eye Diamond even good enough on turn 1? Would you rather have a Leyline of the Void? I don't know. I don't really know. I don't have enough testing against this deck. But I've got enough to know it's not a very good matchup. Would it be improved if we had something like Archon of Valor's Reach or Iona in the board? I don't think so. Not necessarily. You still have to go off on turn 1. I don't know. I feel like Leyline of the Void's like the best card we have against this sort of strategy. I don't know. I think Echo's super duper powerful though. This deck's super underrated. But I think people are just picking up on the fact. I mean, it's been around for a while, but then it sort of went unnoticed because of what happened in January. They released. What's that? Was January? Theros, and the format got ruined because of. I'm actually going to keep this. I think this is a strong hand because it can combo off on the second turn through a Chalice of the Void. I mean, maybe they just have the absolute bananas, nuts, crazy hand, but generally their first turn's not that explosive. Like, generally they just play a Chalice or whatever. And this hand puts good lands and can cast spells through Chalice. Maybe Mind Break Trap's also a card that I've seen floated around for this sort of matchup. I think it's a bit narrow in this deck though. Okay, so not hitting another Dredge there is scary. Hopefully we can just make enough power that we don't have too much to worry about next turn. Ugh, that's horrible. Simply horrible. I hate this. We had 2 trolls in the graveyard and we brick on dredges. Oh, I should have kept the land there. That was a mistake. I forgot that we cast the X as 1. But it doesn't super matter here, because one of 2 things is going to happen. We're either going to get echoed, or we're going to just Colosseum in our upkeep. I mean, it's meaning that we don't have the 3rd troll guaranteed, but it's a whatever. What is this? 2nd Chalice? Sure. I mean, I'm not really caring about the card Chalice of the Void in case you haven't noticed, opponent. Okay, so I need to do this now. Yeah, so I'm probably going to end up missing 1 card of dredging because of that. Which, I mean, is sort of big, but also not the end of the world unless the next card was exactly Dread Return. I'm going to swing. I actually want Emery off the board because I think it's a big issue. I'm happy to lose bridges for it. Yeah, so if the next card down was exactly Dread Return, we screwed up by keeping that Grave Troll in hand. Hopefully we get to check. I'm going to make as much power as possible here because they can make a very sizable board. There is some argument to be made that you want to leave 1 in so that you can... Oh wait, I need to think about what I'm exiling here. That's actually a very important thing versus this deck, because you get echoed and then the cards that you exile are relevant. So the first things you want to exile are almost always the lands, prioritising the lands that tap for gold. Cephalid Colosseum is actually pretty good. Then in this situation I want to exile 1 mana spells because they don't do anything. Oh, and of course the highest priority thing to exile is Leyline of the Void because it's just a dead card. Yeah, that's a thing. That's one thing you can do to get an edge when you're returning Hogak. Get rid of stuff that you don't want to see. Like I don't want to see any of these 1 mana spells. I don't want to see Leyline of the Void. So I exiled 2 Colosseums there, which would actually be good cards to draw. Because I wasn't thinking. So now even if our opponent has a Khan, we still are in decent shape. We would be in better shape if we hit the Dread Return there, but you can't get everything you want. Yeah, like the scariest part of this deck, in my opinion, is just the looping echoes. Khan is like not that scary, really. I mean, that looks a bit silly on this board, doesn't it? You're very dead. Urza's Bauble doesn't do anything unless he can cast Khan. But even Khan's not a problem unless he casts Bridge. Can't get LED echo. Is the scariest thing you can do right now. Anything else I think is just losing the game. Engineered explosives. Yeah, I mean that's a card. It's not going to win you the game. Because you're dead. So would the next card have been Dredge Return? No, it was deeper. Though some people say that it flips them the other way. So maybe it was. Who knows? That would have been funny though. We just swing here with everything at him. Okay. So on the draw, take out a study, bring in this third ley line, I think. Like, study's good if they don't have chalice, however, they can chalice us, and if they do have chalice, it's bad, and if they loop echoes on turn 1 because we don't have a ley line, that's also bad. I think I keep this. This is awkward, but it's got ley lines, so I'm just going to keep. Maybe it's not a keep. Maybe this is just bad because it loses to chalice, but if he's leaning heavily on echo in that hand, then this can do some work. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to pass here because I want to discard Stink Me Dimp. Oh no, he's seen my Narcomoeba. Yeah, a really good draw here would be land, because it would let us activate this Oxyvagonus. So there's the Lion's Eye Diamond. Was their hand Echo? Did they have an Echo in hand? Are we going to see a... Oh, Emery. Okay. I mean, that's still pretty good for us. This is a very aggressive line. I don't like this. But maybe they're scared. Khan's a good card for them. Yeah, play Tormod's Crypt, that's fine. Hopefully they just crack the Crypt straight away. That would be what I'd like. Somehow I don't think that'll be the case, but we'll see what happens. Oh no, he's seeing marks or going us. Whatever will I do? So I mean, we could have mulled there, but we'd have still been contesting with a turn 1 Chalice plus Emery plus Lion's Eye Diamond. So they could have just gone off turn 1 there, potentially, if the Emery flipped Echo. What's this grabbing? Lion's Eye Diamond, and then they'll hope to get a second land, cast Lettuce. I don't know. Tough to say, tough to say. Mystic Forge, that's a very good card for them. I'll take that. Precious Khan, Precious Narset. Not bad at all. I still don't think this is a good position for us. I think on the draw this is just such an awkward matchup. Good thing is they got no blue mana right now, so that's doing us some favours. Maybe they don't even care if we attack the Khan. I don't think attacking the Khan actually does anything. If they... I don't know. I think it's better just to pressure their life total. I don't care about the Narset. Like, yeah, the Narset's a problem if they conceivably flip their... get enough... Wow, that's aggressive. I do not like that play. I think I actually am going to attack the Khan here. Because of the fact that they cracked the crypt there. I feel like that's like, I want to untap with Khan. I should maybe look up what's in this deck. Echo and Legacy. So they can grab Lattice now. But the important thing to remember is that this deck can cast yeah, like they have like engineered explosives in the sideboard, they have like bridge in the board, both of which are cards we can't beat. What's the plan with this? What is this going to grab? Bridge. I'm very happy if you grab bridge. I feel like this is actually pretty good for us, given that we have both Dread Return and Ashen Rider in hand. I'm going to discard Ashen Rider here. I don't think it really matters which we discard. They're at very low life total. This is an interesting game. The awkward thing for them is now that they have to play their spells, or else I just attack them with Narcomoeba. And if I attack them with Narcomoeba, that like they're at such a low life total. So if they don't draw something that's like 1 mana, or they draw something that's blue, they can't cast. They just keep getting hit with this Narcomoeba, and they're at 5 now. So I think we have ways to win this. Also, I'd like to point out that we've used about 6 minutes of our clock, and our opponent has used about 17 minutes of their clock. I'm trying to play this game quite fast, but obviously our opponent doesn't want us to finish the game in a timely manner. I mean, they probably have more game decisions to make than us, because Dredge is just monkey deck, clearly, for idiots. Don't appreciate the deep intellectual stimulation that is playing Echo Khan nonsense. Given that he's put the Khan to 1, if he doesn't discard his whole hand here, which might be what he's going for, just grab a Lion's Eye Diamond. I was going to say I'll attack the Khan, but this will kill our Narcomoeba, and we will feel sad. But it is what it is. They are at 1, so they can't cast any spells, so that makes me less scared of some things. That's really annoying when he's got a Walking Ballista. No point discarding Dread Return at this point. We're nowhere near being able to Dread Return Ashen Rider, so we don't need to worry about that. That's annoying that now he can tap stuff for mana and get mana. What's this going to be? Chalice on 1, okay. Frustrating, neither of those can attack. Should have attacked with the Walking Ballista before he played those things, but whatever. Oh, the 4th bridge as well? Come on, man. The awkward thing is that even if we hit an Narcomoeba, it's just going to get pinged, and then all our bridges are going to get exiled. So we have to hit like exactly an Icarid. And it's going to, like, we need to hit 3 Icarids basically, or an Icarid and a Narcomoeba after he's blown up on Narcomoeba. Like, hitting all those bridges there is so bad for us. It's like not even funny. But you're at the mercy of the order of the deck sometimes when you play this deck, so it is what it is. Okay, there's an Icarid, which is really good for us. The other good thing is that Hogak means that we can get away with only needing 2 Icarids in order to Dread Return Ashen Rider. However, you need to be careful with Dread Returning Ashen Rider in that if you can't kill them that turn, they can just get it with Khan. So much to think about. Such an intellectual game. Yeah, they have a lot of mana now that they can use. Frustrating. What is this going to get? I don't even know. Engineered explosives? It's impossible to predict. Paradox engine? No, paradox engine doesn't do anything here. I haven't got a clue what they're getting here. It makes no sense to me. Also, annoyingly, one more land and they can... one more land and they can start pumping the ballista each turn, which is another issue for us to deal with. Oh great, you grabbed a Urza's bauble. Why doesn't he just grab his crypt from exile actually? That's a big punt by him. He can just grab his exiled crypt with the Khan miners. Don't tell him. Keep it a secret, guys. Oh my god, and we hit 2 Narcomoebas this turn? That's so bad for us. It's almost impossible to conceive of anything worse for us than that happening. That's so bad. It's like everything's happening in the wrong order for us, man. That's so bad. Yeah, I didn't think about the fact that Khan can just grab the crypt back and exile our graveyard at any time, but our opponent hasn't realised, so I guess you do get some edges in the game. Now our opponent should instantly just be shooting both of these down. The fact they didn't, straight up a mistake in my opinion. So the fact that they let us dread return now is clearly a mistake. However, there's no guarantee that if we sack the Narcomoeba and put a bunch of bridge triggers on the stack, they won't realise that the jig is up, so to speak, and exile our stuff. So they can ping at any time and just remove all our bridges. So ideally what we want to happen is we want to be able to untap with both of those things and then do stuff, but I don't think our opponent's going to let that happen. I want to get rid of bridge and Khan this turn. I think that's the best thing to do. So I'm just going to animate that, and hopefully he doesn't remove the ballista. Oh wow, okay. Oh wait, they can't use Khan next turn. Okay, so there's no point there's no point sacking the Ashen Rider. So that protects us if they just happen to have, I don't know, draw some other lock piece that screws us over next turn. Obviously, I mean, there's an argument to get rid of the Mystic Forge, I guess, because it helps them dig for Khan, but like, sort of not really. I don't know if the top card of their deck's exactly Khan, I guess. How many black creatures do we have in graveyard? 1, 2. I should discard another black creature so that I have something to exile to the second Icarus. No, maybe I'm stupid. I'm sure there were lots of... Oh, okay. Our opponent scoops. Yeah, I feel like if our opponent at any point realised that they could have grabbed Crypt from exile, we just lose that game there. But I'm not complaining because I'll take the win, I guess. But it is a bit disappointed when the only reason that you win is because your opponent misplayed. We end the league on the matchup that we started with, which is a rough matchup. But hopefully that's some sort of ideas on how you need to approach the matchup. I don't think our opponent in the last round was as skilled at the deck as our opponent in the first round, but still it's nice to get the win either way. It's a decent bit more. Yeah, as I was saying, I think Serenity is possibly a card. If this deck keeps becoming more popular, I might shove one in the sideboard and bring it in as a one-of in the matchup. I don't like it as more than a one-of. I really don't like 2-mana answers to Leyline. I feel like I don't like giving your opponent 2 turns. I don't think it's good enough. I feel like the 1-mana answers, yeah, sometimes it feels bad. You just like lose to Chalice, or you lose to double Leyline and stuff. But I feel like that's less often than the games where you lose because you can't find the second land, or you lose because of giving them enough turns for them to find other things to do. Yeah. For one, hopefully you enjoyed the decklist update. Hopefully you enjoyed the decklist update. Firestorm seems pretty decent in the meta right now. Even though we side out Firestorm versus the Emery Echo deck, I still think it's a good card to have game 1. But obviously game 2 it doesn't really do much in the face of Chalice of the Void. But game 1 it can just be uncounterable discard, or it can be an answer for Emery if they don't lead Chalice. Obviously it's not the best card, but it's like better than, I don't know, a Putrid Imp is a lot of the time, just because it stops them looping Crypt with Emery. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. It's been a while. Let me know what you think, etc. You know, do all the YouTube stuff. Thanks for watching.